Hello guys, Statue here. So I just wanna do my last and my fourth build for this league. So I wanted to do a really underrated skill and I want to make it really strong, and I also want to try a melee character because I just really like playing melee. So I look at all the skills and find sweep. Sweep is so underrated. It's really similar to Cyclone, but it's like a somewhat of a weaker version, or an inferior version actually. So the reason why sweep is very underrated because it's basically Cyclone without immunity stun, right? So sometimes we do get stunned, but not very often because this build our HP is near 7k plus, right? So we don't really get stunned that often. The good thing about sweep compared to Cyclone is that when you're playing Impale, right, your sweep, each Impale stack, the 10% damage is actually really high because each sweep attack we are hitting for really high amount of damage compared to Cyclone. Cyclone hits really fast. You get your Impale stacks really fast to 9 stack. But each stack, the multiplier is not as high as sweep. Sweep, because we hit somewhat slower than Cyclone, but our hits are extremely hard hitting, and we're able to get very strong multiplier with the Impale, and with Master of Matter from Ascendency and our Watcher Eye, we're able to get 9 Impale hits. So our damage is actually ranging from 13 to 40 million DPS on our POB. So if you were to get like Tailwind boots, your damage will be going from 14 to 15 million damage, like near 15 million damage, and you get better Watcher Eye, you get better gear than me because my gear isn't very good, right? So if you get slightly better ones, you're gonna get a lot of damage. So that's the thing I like about this build, is that you're scaling a lot of damage. And we are using Starforge. Starforge is just such a high DPS two-handed weapon, right? And you also have the effect of sweep. So we are able to sweep, and with sweep, right, we're able to shock, and we are able to do more damage. And Starforge just have 720 physical DPS, which is insanely high. You also get bonus HP from it. So Starforge, you can, if you're able to afford, you can go for a corrupted version of like 800 DPS, but mine is like a almost max road, 28 quality at 725 physical DPS, which is like one of the highest you can get. So the pros of this build is, of course, super high DPS. You kill Metamorph, all those boss, like in a few seconds, and in a few swing as well. So pretty nice clear, somewhat similar to Cyclone, but the clear is very nice because one sweep you're able to clear all the T16 monsters. And our HP pool is really high because of Starforge. We're able to get 7k life, right? If you can go more than that, if you actually don't want to take so much damage, you can respec some into HP, and you're still able to do really respectable damage. And similarly, we are able to run double curse, very similar to my previous Cyclone build, double curse. So it's very versatile. You can run different combination of curse, right? Like double offensive, double defensive, or like me, I'm currently running a hybrid combination. And this build will actually derive from my Savior Cyclone build. So I actually respec a few points from my Savior Cyclone, get a Starforge, and I'm able to run this build. So the good thing is that you can transition between my Savior Cyclone build and the sweep build if you want, vice versa. You can try it, and when you get bored, can change to the other build really easily. Just get the gears, change some socketed colors, and you're able to do the different build. So some of the cons of this build is pretty obvious. Cannot do physical reflection, cannot do knowledge, and because we are running Abysses, right, sometimes we do die to one shot high physical damage move from bosses like the Shaper Slam and some of the Metamorph Slams, but I never died to Metamorph currently, but theoretically, because of the increased damage taken, might die. But because our skill tree, we have a lot of physical damage mitigation, and from our Ascendency, chances of dying not that high, alright, but somewhat there's still some chance, right? And another con is that it can be quite expensive due to the Watcher Eye, the chest, we want to craft the chest, and also the high roll Starforge. You don't need a 6-link, you just need a decent roll Starforge. So these all can add up to maybe like 40-50 exiles. Can be quite expensive, depends on the player budget, but really up to you, because the damage at 14 million, 13 to 14 million is really good damage for the budget we are going for. So I gotta move on and talk about my gear, skill gem and everything. Cycle is just honestly got this all right. Easy game is. So we're talking about my gears, gambling, ascendancy, pantheon, and everything about this build. So before I get started, I just want to make sure you guys know that you can check out my build forum post, link in the description below, if you want something to refer really fast when you're playing the character, or you want to ask any question. You can do it so through the forum post. It has everything here, the introduction, the gears and everything with explanation in it. If ever need a quick reference, you can go to my build forum post. You want something to read, go to my build forum post. So this video guide will also be based on my posts to make the video guide more organized and easier to understand, right? So we'll be talking about my gears right now. So for gears, you can see we are running Abysses, Starforge, and our chest plate is our double curse. So we have an additional curse, attack of critical strike chance from our chest. We have the steel ring, diamond ring, turquoise amulet. You don't really need a turquoise amulet, two-tone boots, Stygian vice, and spike glove. So I have flasks out here. Let me take out all my jewels, then I'll start explaining each of them individually, okay? So let's take it out. And over here as well. Okay, let's start with our weapons. Starforge is just overall a very strong two-handed weapons. So it has very high physical damage. Our one is at 725 physical DPS. You can go for a corrupted version, which will be more expensive, but you're able to get 800 physical DPS. For this build, we don't need a 6-link, since we are not actually 6-linking anything. But sure, you can do a 6-link if you want, but we don't really need a 6-link for this build. The nice thing about Starforge is also the shock. We're able to shock enemies, and shock will actually deal more damage. And the good thing about Starforge is the attack speed bonus and also the maximum life. The maximum life is a really nice bonus, 90 to 100 life. Even if you get the lowest roll of 90 health, that's a lot of HP that we're getting. So Starforge overall a very strong weapon with weapons with skills that requires two-handed weapons. So it's very strong. I run Abysses for more damage. Abysses try and get as low as a physical damage taken, high crit multi roll, and also high armor roll as possible. Abysses just provides so much damage, although we take more damage, right? The thing is, we have so much physical damage mitigation from Ascendency, from our skill tree, that we don't really die that much, and our HP is about 7k plus, armor is pretty high as well. So no worries about the downside of Abysses. Of course, you could go with a rare helmet with high life and resistance, and it will work fine as well. And you get more HP, you'll be more tanky. Damage will still be good as well if you were to go with a rare helmet. So for chest piece, is also like one of the starlight of this build, because we are able to apply additional curse. Attack have critical strike chance, is for more crit chance, very consistent crit. I crafted multi-mod life and 6-link it as well. This chest I crafted it myself. You can of course go ahead and buy one. I'll talk about the crafting process later on near the end of the video. So this chest is very important for additional curse, right? For amulet, you don't really need that much attribute. This amulet was taken from my Savior Cyclone, which needed a lot of attributes. But for this build currently, you don't need a lot of attribute. You can go for more damage, more resist, more lives. It's fine. Steel ring and diamond ring are very good rings bases for our melee build, because of more crit and more physical damage. Of course, steel ring is the best. Vermilion ring works fine as well, just more HP if you want, but I really like the more damage. So steel ring is really nice. Diamond ring is also really nice for the more crit chance. So generally you want to look for HP, flat damage, and more damage. Resistance as well, right? You don't need that much attribute. Like I said, this item was from my previous character. So for gloves, we are going with a spike glove. Very good implicit for melee build. In general, melee build always use spike glove. Look for HP, res, and damage. If possible and you're able to afford it, go for attack speed. This will help with the damage as well. So for belt, you can go with leather belt, Stygian Vice, or you can go with Ratalas Coils, Restalas Coils, or whatever. All of them are very good options. I prefer Stygian Vice because of the Abyssal Jewel. We are able to go with one more jewel for more damage or more utility skills. Generally look for high life, resistance if you need, and that's it. So for boots, two-tone boots is really nice. Look for high life, resistance, and movement speed. If you are able to craft or afford it, go for a boots with tailwind with good life and movement speed as well, right? But mainly tailwind is so good. So our DPS is currently 13 to 40 million, right? If we have tailwind, we get more attack speed. We are able to clock in at 15 million DPS. So you are able to craft one, like trying to min-max the character for more DPS. Tailwind boots is a huge DPS boost as well, right? So that is for our standard gear. So let's talk about our flask. Standard, very obvious, life flask, instant recovery, and also remove an ailment. So in this case, we're removing Ignite. And we're going with Lion Roar, very good flask. Lion Roar is like the one of the best for melee, right? The more melee damage, the armor is nice as well. The knockback is pretty good. And also cause them to flee, so it's pretty good. Bottle Faith, insane damage and very consistent crit when you're using this flask. The damage is just through the roof when using Bottle Faith. Diamond Flask, very good crit, remove ailment, try and craft, reduce charge as well. Next, we are going with a Sugar Flask for more damage as well and remove ailment on the crafted modifiers. You could of course go for Quicksilver. If you were to go for Quicksilver, I would remove maybe Diamond or Sugar Flask, right? Or maybe the Lion Roar, but all of them are just so good, so I don't really see myself using a Quicksilver over them. So for jewels, we are going with Abyssal Jewel first. We are talking about attack speed. I really like attack speed. Look for life. Attack speed is pretty good. You could go for a more crit multiplier. Can go with more damage. It's fine. I really like attack speed, so I went with more attack speed on my Abyssal Jewel. Watcher Eye, you wanna go with a Pride additional 2 hit. The additional 2 hit is massive DPS boost, okay? If you are able to afford it, try and get the double damage while using Pride with the additional 2 Impale hits. But when you have all this gear, right, the next gear you wanna upgrade is definitely this Watcher Eye. The additional 2 Pride hit is so good, right? So this is like one of the most important upgrades you wanna get. So for standard jewels, one of the jewels very important. Look for physical damage leech as life. This is very important. One of the jewel need to have leech as life. Okay, physical damage. Look for attack speed, life, and damage as well. So another jewel is pretty standard: life, crit multi, attack speed. Very standard: crit multi, attack speed, life, damage, melee damage. All very good stuff. So I gotta talk about my skill gem link. So for sweep, right, we're going with a 21-23. Sweep is very cheap. I bought this for 90 chaos. Okay, it's very cheap, 21-23, because so little players are using sweep. 21-23 is massive damage boost compared to 20-20. You get the additional added physical damage. You get more percentage of base damage. Super strong. I link it to melee physical damage support, awakened version, very nice. Awaken Brutality, Multi-Strike support. If you're able to afford, go for 21-23. Impale 45. These are important to get quality. Awakens are really nice to have, but it's not important. It's not really necessary. Although you can see some of a damage boost, but it's not that significant. Of course, Awaken Multi-Strike is super good, but if It's so expensive. I don't see myself buying it in the future. So for our let's say gut skill, let's talk about gut skill. Gut skill cast when damage taken. I'm not going for level 20 molten shell because level 20 cast when damage taken is like 3k plus damage, so it's too much. So level 17 with level 19 molten shell is pretty good. Vow molten shell, very nice to use whenever you are in like sticky situation. Increase duration so that the molten shell just stays longer, right? And for our auras, I want to talk about auras. Enlightened Form is very important. You link it to your pride, link it to main support and flash stone. The main thing of main support is that main support plus flash and stone, right? So if you look at flash and stone, look at this, 31% increased damage taken, right? So if I remove main support, look at this, 16% increased damage taken. So the main support is really important to it essentially doubles the effect of flash and stone. And some other auras that we have here is also where's my dread banner, right? Although we already have 100% impale chance, dread banner, when you put it down, it has the increased impale effect, 45 in fact. So dread banner pretty good when you put it down. Blood and sand, just more damage, right? So for utility skills to boost our damage, we are going with Blood Rage. 2020 very important. 2020 a lot of attack speed. We are going with haste. Haste, we're only using the Vow version. So whenever like you're fighting bosses, you just proc it. You just proc it and get a lot of attack speed, so it's really nice to use. You can use Vow Grace as well for more tankiness. We are using Ancestral War Chief. We are linking it to some damage sources, right? Some damage support to increase our Ancestral War Chief. You could also use Coaling Strike with Ancestral War Chief for that Coaling Strike effect. That is also very nice. Since we have additional sockets, I just put in some sort of support gems to boost our Ancestral War Chief damage, but it's not necessary to have it. Ancestral War Chief Vow version is very nice as well, putting down 2, and we also get a lot of bonus physical damage. So for our curse setup, we are using cast when damage taken level 1 with Assassin Mark and Enfeeble. Enfeeble just make sure that they don't crit and one-shot us. Assassin Mark, really nice for critical build, more damage. And also like we get Frenzy and Power Charge, which is like very insane. We get Power Charge, which really increase our damage. So Assassin Mark overall very strong curse. If you want to go for double offensive, you can go with Assassin Mark plus vulnerability. If you want to go with defensive, Enfeeble plus Temporal Chain. But I don't see why you want to run 2 defensive or 2 offensive. I think a nice balance would be one of them. But it's really up to you to combine these different curses for your use, right? Everyone have their own needs, so you can try and combine based on them. For lip skill, for movement skill, sorry, we are using Lip Slam. Lip Slam does pretty good, so that's why we are using Lip Slam. That's it for my skill gem. And we're gonna talk about my ascendancies, right? Ascendancies, you wanna get Conqueror first. Conqueror, so good. Just very, very good. Body foe is really nice. The enemy cannot be evaded is so good, right? It's like once you our accuracy is not very good, right? Our accuracy is like, let me see, I can't find it, but whatever. Our accuracy is not very good, right? But a good thing about this node is that once we hit them, we are always hitting them. So it's like basically resolute technique, but we are able to deal crit. So it's so good. Worthy Foe is so good. So this node is a must-have. Master of Metal is the third one that I get. It's so good as well. More damage, and the additional 2 Impale hit is so strong on Impale builds in general. So this 3 is a must-have, right? For the last one, it's really up to you which one you really want to get. I really like first to strike, last to fall, just overall like a free emergency potion. You also get adrenaline. You can go for inspirational, which is kind of nice, and you can run precision aura as well for more crit chance. So if you run this, you can run precision. You can also run herald or purity maybe, but I think you can run precision when you take this. So that's also a good thing if you were to take inspirational. Inspirational is pretty good, and you also can go with unstoppable hero, but I really like first to strike and last to fall. So for pantheons, we are going with Solaris and Shakari because we take quite a lot of damage from poison. So being immune to poison is really nice, and Solaris just makes us take less crit damage, so it's just overall very good defensive pantheons. So what else am I supposed to talk about? Okay, bandit. All right, bandit, kill them all. Okay, kill all the bandits. So another choice is also to help Alira. The only reason you would like to help Alira is that if you are on a budget, or you're league starting this build, or you're on a budget, you couldn't cap your resistance, go with Alira, because Alira will help you with your resistance, and it also give you critical multiplier, so which is kind of good, right? But once you're actually able to cap your rest without Alira, then you get 2 skill points, and 2 skill points is really nice, right? So 2 skill points, you're able to get jewel slots, you're able to get basically jewel slots and important stuff on the skill tree. So I really like the 2 skill points. So kill them all is the best if you're able to do so. So other than that, let me see if I actually miss out anything. Oh yeah, blood versus sand stance, right? Blood versus sand stance. So usually I stay in blood stance, but if you find yourself somewhat dying a little bit, you can go with sand stance. It also increase your aerial effect, which is really nice, and also blind nearby enemies. So during packs, when you're fighting against pack of monsters, it's really nice to blind them because they couldn't snipe your ass. And when you're fighting boss, I always use blood stance, but usually I always stay in blood stance. I don't go to sand stance, but sand stance more AoE and also more defensive if you like, and we are already dealing a lot of damage even in sand stance, right? So able to one shot all the mobs and able to kill bosses pretty nicely. So it's really up to you if you want more defensive, but more damage is definitely blood stance, right? So I gotta teach you how to proc or adrenaline before boss fight. So usually you wanna proc adrenaline when you're fighting Elder Slayer, Metamorph, or like bosses that can be killed instantly, right? Maybe Shaper in his last phase, that he can be killed instantly without immunity phases. Proccing adrenaline is kind of good, but it also have its risk, okay? Because when you proc adrenaline, your HP is very low. When you're healing back up, if the enemy hit you, you just die, right? So it's a risk, but the damage you're gonna gain is a lot. So the way you get adrenaline is in your offhand, you link blood magic to an aura. So in this case, any aura is fine. So vitality reserve 85% of HP, right? So offhand, I press the button, adrenaline, more damage, 100% more damage, I think 20% more attack speed or something like that. So you're gonna get a lot of damage for 20 seconds, and adrenaline is gained from first to strike and last to fall. And we are really low at HP. So once you get adrenaline, just heal back up and you're able to kill the boss. 20 seconds is very long, right? So 20 seconds you're able to, usually killing bosses take 3 to 5 seconds on this build. So once you proc it, heal back up immediately, and then go ahead and put down Ancestral War Chief and just destroy the boss. So that's the way you actually proc adrenaline. Pretty simple step to boost your DPS, but it's not necessary to have it. But is if you really want and you're really curious about how to proc adrenaline, that's how you do it, okay? So overall, this build very fun to play. You can check out my previous Savior Cyclone build if you wanna transition in between this build. Check out my build guide forum. You also can check me out on Twitch, where I stream pretty regularly. So hope you guys enjoy this build, and if you have any question, put in the description, in the comment down below, or in the build forum post, right? If you have any question, you can ask me on stream, ask me in game, ask me on build posts or on YouTube. I'll answer them if I can. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy. See you guys on the next build. This is my last build, by the way, for this week. I'll be doing videos that is not based on build, but rather based on the game and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. See you guys on the next time.